Second speaker is Candace. About her relationship, she doesn't have any experience to confess to anyone, but if she fails, she will encourage herself and just move on. Although she has no experience to confess to others, but someone confessed to her when she was a little girl. But she wrote difficult understanding words like, after years later, she suddenly realized maybe the crush is not only my crush. Difficult to understand, but it's okay. Girl's heart, difficult to understand. Let's welcome Candace.
Wait a second, there's a technical issue, but for the questions, that things happened when I was in elementary school, so don't trust any girl. Wait. I can't see it.
Where's the cursor?
Yeah, what is it?
用到左边吗？
有，但是它上面我没办法移动到。
No, it's gone.
还是你按那个全荧幕的快捷键？sorry。你从最上面的那个 bar 找到没有？就是最上面的那个 status bar。
录直接插上。And now, when we are in the company, we always face to this kind of situation. And during this kind of situation, we will have an inner game in our heart. Oh, my boss may blame me. But will you blame yourself? Does the angel in your heart will say, that's the fault of the projector, not my fault. Now, go to hell.
He did not say that.
Thank you, Lou. Okay. Because my topic is you are what you wear. So first of all, I want to clarify, if you are here to expecting for some tips for how to learn some tips for mix and match, or learn some trend about how to wear stylish or how to wear look good, then I have to apologize because I'm not going to share that. I'm sharing is also about trend, but the trend is from the trend of the generation. From the American Vogue editor and a reader say, fashion is a reflection of our generation. So what does that mean? Why is that fashion and the generation have a connection? So I just give a simply explanation for all of you. So that you have a concept of that. Like for these pictures. This picture, let's go back to 100 years ago. And you might have familiar with those clothes because it's from, if you have seen the movie, The Great Gatsby, then you might have familiar with the costume. But the costume is the iconic topic. It is the iconic symbol. It's because of their drop waist design and have a lot of beads and embellishment and the fringe. And that clothes, why is that iconic? Because it presents the post-World War II's social life has changed. And also, it presents the first generation of independent American women. Because in that moment, women empowering their right to voting. So in that generation, woman is
Why you look so surprised?
I'm still not stable after
She's
that.
playing inner game.
I have a little missing, and I want to say that this dress is called suffrage dress. Yeah, and it's because woman is empowering due to getting their right to vote, and so that is an iconic of women's powers rising, and also it's a reflection of 1920s. Then, what about now? What about recently, these years? What is the iconic reflection of this generation? So every time when I woke up, I put on my clothes, squeeze my legs into jeans, and I stand in front of the mirror. All I'm thinking and care about is, am I looking good? Am I looking slim enough on this outfit? But actually, I didn't make a conscious on the story, what happened behind this outfit. Because this outfit actually contains lots of stories. All the clothes contains the human right issue for the people to grow up the cottons and for sewing the garments, and have the environment issue for the air pollution to cause the carbon footprint and the water pollution issues, and also have the chemical produced issues. And especially when the high fashion is rising, all those pollution is speed up. Not only that, it also produce another problem. It's so many clothes it's wasting. Nobody's buy it because it's out of fashion. So after you hearing that, you might have an idea comes up in your mind. Is that environment issues? Yes. In this generation, the sustainability is the most important thing that we should care. Most company have already made the change, their change for their duty. For example, when you go shopping at the Zara or H&M, you might have seen the Joint Life or Conscious. Those collection is focused on sustainability. And you might also have heard the brands that is Beja sneakers. It's quite popular recently. Beja shoes and Levi's and designers Stella McCartney and Patagonia. Those brands has already worked hard on sustainability and eco-friendly for many years. Even though there have a space, we need to work hard on it. But in the recent years, there's a report says fashion industry's pollution is reducing, it's dropped down from number 2 to number 3. Even though it's still high polluting, but it started getting better. So as a consumer, what can we do to support the sustainability? First, don't buy new clothes regularly. And if you went shopping, keep those outfits, keep them longer before you throw it away. And second, to rent or buy secondhand. And in recent research, there have company they're started doing for this kind of business. For example, Global H&M start to their new project for rent the clothes, because they figure out for the freshmen they need to interview for their first job, but they don't. But the clothes they only need to use once, so they open to rent for the freshmen. And the third, only buy fair trade or economic friendly clothes. For example, when you go shopping, there's a take, it's talk about what mentioned it's sustainability and eco-friendly, or also you can find out the company will use the fair trade mark And for the BCI cartons, this is also not only good for the environment, it's also good for all of the issues. So let me have a conclusion at the end. We need to think about what we are purchasing for. We need to realize what is the story behind of them, because we are not only just put on the clothes. We are wearing what we are. Back to Tiffany.